like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Looking to throw right away, Pickett. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On play action, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. In motion left goes a tight end. Now play fake. Lance. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on third down here. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try the left side with Evans, and he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw, Pickett. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Pickett. He's going to let it go again. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Yeah, boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
They'll run here with Evans. Now Evans hit, and the ball pops free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
You remember in preseason when we went to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills.
Yep.
And, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Following the fumble recovery, Pickett. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd and goal, Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Pickett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lance over the middle, complete to Samuel. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. 2nd down, here's Davis Price. They find some open field here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Evans gets it again on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. 77 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
And this is a guy who's going to get some carries going forward. Picked up as a free agent just this past week.
How about fresh legs, right? We always talk about bringing a guy in, provides that spark, and maybe a little bit of...
And in for the Steelers, touchdown! George Pickens from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards that time for number 19. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd down, and again it's Davis Price.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Running left, Davis Price.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Hey, confused, red, cycle.
From the gun, it's Lance. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Pickett back to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. And taken right at the 35. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Steps away to his left. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And they will have a 1st down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Pickett now on 1st down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Fryermuth in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Hold ready.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
And now here's another interception.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, aren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
They'll begin on the ground with Evans.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Throwing on 2nd down.
Pickett going across the formation. He finds Fryermuth.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Evans.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
And a catch right side by Evans.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Pickett's throw complete there to Thomas.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Evans is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Back to throw. Pickett.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
Now they send the tight end in motion left.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing now is Lance.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
Now Lance.
This will be caught at Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and forever.
Working from the gun, Lance.
Buying time to his left. And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the bounces down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here's another interception.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 18-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Pickett on 3rd and 1. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great effort there with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
There he goes, right side. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Darrington Evans
56 yards. And the Steelers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. And they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Lance looking to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been hit.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Now a handoff coming left. Evans. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
It's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? and he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And he goes out right around the 39. 172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Evans running straight ahead, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because Who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a